But it all goes back to the beginning for me when I'm doing this 50th. Gypsy Dave and I hitchhiking away down that highway, wondering where to go, wondering how is this mental illness of humanity ever going to be addressed? Yeah, Gypsy Dave and I, we met in the jazz club in Welling Garden City. We were 16. We got on really well. We danced with all the young beatnik girls. And art school was it. Everything was happening in British art school. And it's still there. So you go and support the arts there. Anyway, I tell you, Gypsy looked at me when he was 16, I was 6, he said, the human rights are mentally ill, right? I said, yeah. He said, how do we know? Okay. 2 world wars, yeah. And then he said, a depression? And I said, nuclear bomb, yeah. And then almost together, we said, and the systematic destruction of the ecosystem. And then he looked at me and he said, are these the acts of the most advanced species on the planet? I said, fuck no. So, it's a mental illness. He said, yeah, they're absolutely brainwashed and stupid and mentally insane. But they think they're smart and we're stupid. So let's head out and we hitchhiked away to the nearest Bohemian community, where the older Bohemians had the books. And in the art school there was poetry, pottery, painting, there was philosophy, there was jazz, there was blues, there was folk. There was the books of yoga, the books of Eastern and Western mysticism, and it described the illness of humanity very clearly. They just will not look inside, that they are creating this. But when Jim and I, we realized this, he said, we'll get you, Don, in front of the microphone as soon as possible. And you make the records, and soon we were making records. And we became fast friends with the Kings, the Who, the Hollies, the Beatles, the Stones, and in America there was the Birds, the Love and Spoonful, the Mamas and the Papas. Soon we were in music, but it wasn't that sunny day in '66. It was black and white. It was funny. It was like I tell you, it was like a Norman Wisdom movie. All of us, the Beatles, the Kings, the Who, the Hollies, the Stones, all of the bands, and the Walker Brothers. Do you remember the Walker Brothers? Yeah. All of us, we did 2 songs in a gig. And I'll tell you about a summer season, and I think it was Blackpool. A summer season, or was it Rome? It was a summer season at the end of the pier in a beautiful theatre, and it was sunny. And it was sun. We all jumped on the train, Jim and I, and we arrived at a little seaside town, went to the B&B, checked in, went down to the fair, had fish and chips, right? Got in the taxi, and went to the gig. Now, at the gig, as we drove along the promenade there was another taxi in front, dropping, and we knew who it was because we could see. The Walker Brothers were up front. We were all going to do 2 songs, and on the bill was Donovan, the Walker Brothers, the Who, the Hollies, the Swinging Blue Jeans, a magician, and a ventriloquist. I'm not kidding you. And it's all black and white days, right? So we're in the taxi, Jim and I, and we've had a little joke, so we're feeling a bit mellow. And we see that this pier has got 200 screaming girls on it. And the taxi pulls up to the end of the pier, and there's 2 pier policemen in rubberized coats with peaked caps, and they're pushing a box. Now it's quite big, it's about 7 foot square, on little wheels. And they push the box up to the Walker Brothers car, open the taxi doors, and then we heard one of the guys say to the other, all right lads, in the box. And then the Walker Brothers, and the box gets shut. Gypsy and I are looking at this, we're laughing. And then these 2 pier policemen start pushing the box through the 200 girls down the pier to the theatre. Meanwhile, all the girls are going on the box going, so Jim and I are laughing and having a good old time, and then Jim says, we're next. So the taxi pulls up, the boxes come back, and the 2 pier police open the taxi doors, open the box and say, all right lads, in the box. So Jim and I tumble in the box, doors get closed. While we're in the box, we're getting pushed down through the girls. There's little holes all around the box so they could breathe, right? And all the little girls' fingers are in there. Ah, yes. So we arrive at the theatre, and the box opens up, boom, we arrive at backstage. Now, we go to our dressing room, and there's the Hollies, there's the Who, there's the Swing and Blue Jeans, there's the Walker Brothers. They're all there. And the ventriloquist and the comedian. And Jim writes up the joint. Now, in those days, only the bohemians smoked. All the pop bands took amphetamine and drank alcohol. That was to change very soon. Later, Graham Nash and the Hollies said, we were all in suits, and we said, there's that naughty Donovan and Gypsy Dave, smoking that grass. Anyway, on stage, all of us doing 2 songs. I started doing Catch the Wind, and you couldn't hear it because the screen level was so high, and then I felt a drop of water hit my arm. Must be bloody raining outside. Looked at Jim, he's in the wings, I was going to keep singing. So I continued, and another drop of water hits me. I said, bloody hell, must be a hole in this roof. It's a lovely old theatre, but my God. Then a real strong jet hits me. And I look down into the orchestra pit, and there's Keith Moon and Roger Daltrey with plastic water pistols. Later, all the hands are gone and Jim and I are hanging around. There's about 70 girls still on the pier. Gypsy said, here's the plan. There's no box, there's no police. It's getting dark. As soon as I give you the word, Dog, we'll jump onto the pier and then run like the blazes. Now, as the pier gets nearer and nearer to the sand, you'll wait for my signal on this dog. I said, yeah, Jim. Boom, 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 down we go. Boom, 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 boom. He said, when we get closer and closer, he said, as soon as it gets closer, I'll say, jump! And we jump off the pier onto the sand. The girls want to know where we've gone. Sounds like a good plan. So off we went. Boom, boom, boom. And the girls started chasing and screaming. And halfway down the pier, Gypsy stops. I said, what are you stopping for? He said, maybe we should let them catch us. There's some pretty girls there. But we're all about 18 or 19, remember this? And I said, but Jim, some of the girls have got scissors in their hands. For a lock of the hair. I said, yeah, right. Okay, keep going. Boom, 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 boom. The beach gets closer and closer to the pier, and then he said, jump! And over we go. And poof, we hit the sand. And at that point, we're supposed to get on the promenade and tear down the promenade to our bed and breakfast, right? It's getting dark by then, the sea's rolling in. And just as I get up to start running, the girls are running around the pier to get to the sand, the Chip's sitting there. I said, what are you sitting there for? He said, I've lost a little bit of hashish. I said, you'll never find it in the sand. He said, I will, you go. So I'm going the prom, and I'm running, and the girls are left behind, sea breeze all along the prom, you know those little places you can sit when it's sunny, and now and again, I'll be running a toilet, feeling kiss. So I'm running, can't hear any girls, feeling really good now, the sea's rolling in, it's quite dark. Then there's a young man running beside me. What, who's this? He grabs me by the arm, by one of the urinals, and pulls me inside. And it just so happened I needed a piss. So he gets out, and I get out, up against the china. We're having a piss like this. And I look around, and it's bloody Peter Noon of Merman Sanders. And he says, hello, Donovan, I'm running from my gig in town too. He said, come with me, he said. We'll go to Billy Fury's B&B, he's running from his gig too. So we arrive at this B&B, and there's Billy Fury sitting at a little table in a puce green rock and roll suit, blue suit shoes, of course, Cliff, having a cup of tea with a little old lady in the B&B. This is rock and roll in 1965. So we sit down, Peter Noon, Donovan, and Billy Fury, having a cup of tea in the B&B. And then Gypsy walks in. I said, how do you know I was here? She said, I had my ways. So he sits down, and the little old lady gives him a bloody cup of tea too. And then, in her quiet love, Gypsy leans over to me. And he says, I found a little bit of ash. And that's the stories of the crazy long wisdom days of rock and roll, isn't it? But meanwhile, things are going to get a little bit hotter than that. And the so-called folk rock that invaded the charts was really a hybrid, because rock and roll eventually, when you really look at it, it eventually came from folk music when you study it. It all begins. A little bit more level on my guitar here. But meanwhile, in 1966,